Hello YouTube, and welcome back to another video from my random hobbies. And today we're going to be looking at one of my more unusual hobbies and rather fiddly as well. Hope you enjoy it. So the hobby I'm going to talk about today is one that I got into when I was searching around on eBay for ideas, things to use when in the garage, and I came across a job lot of old watch parts, and they seemed fairly cheap, and I thought, do you know what, I can probably have a go at making some things like from them. I'd seen someone on Facebook making a sculpture out of watch parts, and I thought, yeah, I'll give it a go. So I set to, once I've got my watch parts, and I'm just going to use this sheet here to sort of try and give you an indication of, so this is a rabbit. It's not going to focus particularly well, it's quite difficult with the light as well, but you can sort of see the tail, the feet, the ears. It's not brilliant, I have to admit. The whiskers on there, but it was a starting point. And from there, I sort of experimented with other things. I tried to sort of fiddle around with different techniques, so soldering or gluing. This is a little bird. Again, it's difficult to get it to focus here, but I'll try my best to get an image. So there, it's quite small. You can see the size of it. It's really quite tiny, but it's a little bird. Okay, then we've got another small sculpture, which I actually do think is very recognizable as a little bicycle. So this bicycle here, you can see it's got the handlebars, it's got a little saddle, and again, if I just sort of try and place that behind so you can see the shape a little bit better of the bike, and again, put it on a little stand so that it will stand up on a display. This one doesn't have a stand. This one was a little bit more tricky and fiddly, especially to create a stand. I suppose I could suspend it from the air, but this is supposed to be a model of a Starship Enterprise, and again, I think quite effective. You can see the sort of watch parts, the cogs in there, and all these parts were from watches. Don't ask me which parts they are, which part of a watch they are, but again, experimenting with glue, experimenting with soldering, and I found that actually the glue was far better for me. So I was using super glue, or crazy glue, I think it might be called in America, to make those. I then started branching out into other things that I actually quite enjoyed, and I actually quite enjoyed making this particular seahorse. And again, the camera's not picking up tremendously on the detail. I wonder if I lower the brightness, whether that'll help a little. Maybe a little. Okay. So again, the seahorse really, I thought was quite fun to do, and then sticking with a sort of a theme of animals again, I suppose, but this time more mythical animals. I created this sort of almost dragon-like creature. Now this one I've cast in resin, so this is a resin puck that I made, and again, that's another thing that I've looked into, is trying to set things in resin and use resin for different things. Some successful, some not. This one worked particularly well. It's nice and clear, and I was able to get a reasonable finish on it. You can see some surface scratches if you look closely enough at it, but it was okay. Other ones I've had, it's just the resin's just gone totally cloudy and not good at all. The next one I've got is actually, I think, my favourite. It's the last one I've got to show you today, and I do like it. So it's a little, I suppose, dirt bike, trail bike. It's got the kickstand there, it's got the headlight, it's got the handlebars, it's got the gas tank, It just, for me, is a model that works well. Okay, and again, if I just bring that up to just allow you to see a little bit more detail, but it works really, really well as a model. It's got the exhaust pipe there as well coming off the back. So I particularly liked producing this, and it is definitely my favorite one. Would I do an awful lot more of these? No, purely because the parts cost an absolute fortune now on eBay. If you're going to look for watch parts, I think people buying them to do up old watches or old pocket watches, but also I think again to recycle them into little sculptures and things. And I know that there are some people out there whose business it is to make little sculptures to sell on. I just do it for a bit of fun. So I hope you've enjoyed looking to another one of my random hobbies, and we shall see you again soon for another episode. Take care. Bye bye.